the channel, just getting over this amazing fight we just witnessed with Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor. Wow, what a tremendous fucking fight. Obviously, we know Josh Taylor just made history becoming undisputed at 140. The second one to do it in the last 4 years, because as we know, it was Bud Crawford who was undisputed last at 140. So just holy shit, like if you were on my live before, if you follow me on Twitter, if you just, follow me anywhere, especially on here, you know that I predicted this very outcome. You know that, let me move my camera a little bit. You know that I predicted Josh Taylor to defeat Ramirez by decision. But boy, what a ride it was, and boy, was it amazing. Hello, Jesus. ¿Cómo estás? Ramirez, too many mistakes. uh Ramirez, I don't think anything was exposed tonight because Ramirez has been looking vulnerable before. It's not like this is new to us. Ramirez looking vulnerable is nothing new, right? Ramirez has looked vulnerable in the past, especially against Postal, right? He looked vulnerable against Postal, and we saw that. Can you guys see my stream or no? Or is it acting crazy? Let me know if it's acting crazy. Let me know if my stream's acting crazy. If you guys can hear me good, so I can keep talking. If not, so I can start it over. But I do feel like Jose Ramirez has had tough battles in the past, right? Jose Ramirez has had a tough fight with Posto. He had a tough fight with Cepeda, who is also southpaw, right? So I don't think anything was exposed tonight. Ramirez does just, he's a come forward Mexican fighter, and they make mistakes and all that. But I am just very, very excited. I am also bummed. Amtrak, I predicted this very outcome. And you guys, again, if you were on the chat last week or earlier this week, if you follow me on Twitter, you know that I predicted Josh Taylor would defeat Ramirez, but it was a great fight. I don't like the word exposed. I feel like it was an amazing fight, and as we saw on the scorecards, the knockdowns were the deciding factor. Even though I feel like even without the knockdowns, Ramirez would have lost, in my opinion, right? I agree with Familia Sanchez. ¿Cómo estás, Familia Sanchez? Saludos. But the fans did indeed win tonight. This is what boxing needs, undisputed. This is what boxing should be about. Two guys who are the best coming together and doing the damn thing, right? This is what the fuck we need. I really don't like the aggressiveness towards either fighter. I feel like Josh Taylor is just a better fighter than Ramirez, regardless of what Jose Ramirez did. What uh, Robert Garcia, like it's. I think it's all with it just Ramirez is just a better fighter, and I don't know. I don't think Robert is a terrible trainer. I think this is just Miguel. I'm celebrating fighter with my last name losing. What kind of Mexican are you? Yes, I feel like I agree with you on there, Jose. I feel like if Ramirez focused a little bit more on the body, he would have more success, as we saw like in the fourth and in the middle rounds before he got knocked down in the sixth or the seventh. I forgot which round it was. Ramirez was having such great success with Josh Taylor against the ropes. It looked like he was trying to pull a similar outcome that he did with Maurice Hooker, right? Because he got Maurice Hooker against the ropes. And I felt like that's what he was trying to do with this fight. Ramirez was trying to get Josh Taylor against the ropes, right? And punish him there. And it was a very good exchange in the middle rounds. But then as the fight wore on, we saw that, Ramirez just couldn't adjust. The feint was getting to him a lot. Josh Taylor's feints were really fucking with Ramirez. The uppercuts, um, it was just, the counters. I think also Josh Taylor was just too fast. It wasn't just the him being a southpaw and him being quicker. I think it's just Josh Taylor is just a better fighter, and that's it. Amtrak says, I think Ramirez just got caught and him after the second knockdown. He did a great job. Yes, and that's the thing. Like, I really wish he would have stayed for an interview because I feel like he deserved it. I'm drinking the the Snoop Dogg one, you guys. But I do feel like Ramirez did enough of a good job for him to leave. I think I will say this though. I'm not trying to say, oh, it would have changed the outcome. I'm not saying that. I feel like Ramirez still did the. I mean, Josh Taylor still did the better job tonight. But Kenny Bayless was ass tonight. Kenny Bayless was complete ass tonight. And as we saw, it looked like he was trying to separate them, right? It looked like he was kind of trying to separate them or whatever. And then that's when Josh Taylor landed that uppercut that sent Ramirez to the fucking canvas. As Ramirez was going to the canvas, like Kenny Bayless was just like, oops, right? And this is like, I feel like it has a lot to do with, are you going to call break? Are you not calling break? What is happening? Because Kenny Bayless had literally like kind of like intervened a little bit. Let me see. Kenny Bayless had intervened a little bit. And that's when Josh Taylor got caught with that uppercut. And it's like, okay, I feel like if you are going to step in, step the fuck in. Right? So I'm not happy with Kenny Bayless's work tonight, but I don't think it changes anything. I still feel like even before the knockdowns, I do think that Ramirez was not the best fighter in there tonight. The best fighter tonight was Josh Taylor for sure. Hi Luke, how are you? To quote Uncle Oscar, this was high level. Yes. Taylor is just, not only is he bigger, it's not just because he's southpaw, he is indeed a more skilled fighter. And he deserves it. Say hi. My son. But I think he did great. I can't agree with everybody who's okay. You guys need to leave because YouTube has a thing about kids and not wearing shirts, and I'm not trying to get banned. Um, I'm not I'm not there with people who are mad at Ramirez. I have to disagree. I think Ramirez did a great job. I think Ramirez did as well as he could have against someone like Josh Taylor. Um, but at the end of the day, I just feel like Josh Taylor would have won regardless in any way. I don't like the animosity towards Ramirez. I think he did great, but let me keep seeing what you guys, please, by all means, keep telling me what you guys think of the fight. Jay Cooley, how are you? Josh Taylor better than Bud? I do think, I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this, but Jay Cooley, I do have to agree with you. I think that Josh Taylor faced better opposition at 140 than Bud Crawford did. That would be, it's just, I agree with you. Taylor's basic. I don't think Taylor's basic. If Taylor was basic, he wouldn't have made it this far and won the World Boxing Super Series and beat Regis Progrerius and then beat Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez is not basic either. Jose Ramirez is just a Mexican fighter who comes forward. Spin says Ramirez said he was all sport athlete. He's an athlete turned. Yes, I do agree with that spin because if you remember, he did play baseball. Like, but destroys Taylor. I mean, Taylor is, this was the thing with Top Rank that whoever won this, they would move up and eventually fight Bud Crawford. And I would love to see it. I would love to see it since, as we know now, Manny Pacquiao's fighting Errol Spence. I already got my hotel booked and shit. Like, I am gonna be there. And because, I mean, not like that fight was probably gonna happen anyway, but I feel like now they're like, okay, now for sure we're gonna face the champ of the 140 moving up. So I am glad for that. Miguel says Taylor when was boxing talking taking a step back. Ramirez seemed lost. Ramirez did seem lost at times. He seemed like the jab was fucking him up. The feints were fucking him up, right? Josh Taylor was just too fast in there. Everybody follow Miguel on Twitter. Amir Khan. That's his Twitter name. He needs to write it down so I can highlight it. I agree with Familia Sanchez, como siempre. Taylor's just a better fighter. Josh stays at 140. Nobody beats him. I don't know if he'll stay though. I think for him, it is in his best interest to stay than go up and fight Bud Crawford. But I don't know if he'll stay or he'll go. Anthony, I'm crying to the point even cursing in Spanish for losing a bet. Oh no, that sucks. No, see, that's the thing with me. I predicted this very outcome. I said that Ramirez would lose on points, right? But it doesn't hurt any less. I'm still like, damn, this sucks. Let's just mention that Josh Taylor just avenged every single UK fighter who was fallen victim to Mexican fighters. Mexican fighters has been fucking up UK fighters for a while. That was like their signature thing all of 2020, 2019. Like Mexican fighters were fucking up the Brits, right? Fucking up everybody in the UK. Here comes Josh Taylor and is like, hold my beer. I'm about to fuck up this Mexican to become undisputed. So props to him. Props to also John Davidson because John, is that his name? John? Ben Davidson. Ben Davidson, he's 28 years old and dealing with fighters like of this caliber of Josh Taylor and Tyson Fury. You got to give Ben Davidson his props as well because Ben Davidson is only 28 and he is being the guide to these guys in their fights. So very many props to him. Jessica, ¿cómo estás, Jessica? How are you? What do you think about Ramirez not protecting himself after the breaks? Yeah, I think that was more of a Kenny Bayless problem because, like I mentioned, let me see if I can share my screen. Kenny Bayless didn't necessarily make it clear if he was going to separate them or what he was doing. He didn't necessarily do that. So I feel like that's more on him for that, right? Because he should have been clear. It's kind of like the same thing with no, it's not the same thing with Mayweather with Ortiz, right? Where it's like protecting yourselves at all time, but at the same time, like Kenny Bayless did intervene. So I feel like Kenny Bayless was intervening, and then Josh Taylor took advantage of that to land that massive punch on Jose Ramirez, whose attention was on what Kenny Bayless was saying. So let's see that. I feel like they're gonna put that next. Look at see. Did you guys see that? Kenny Bayless was like intervening. Look at him. Look at him. He's like trying to separate them. So are you separating them or are you not? Right? I don't know if you guys noticed that, but see, you see him right there. He's attempting to separate them, but at the same time, like even I honestly think that even without the knockdowns, I do feel like Josh Taylor was still the better man. Um, Ramirez had some very very good rounds, but I just feel like Josh Taylor still had the better rounds in my opinion. Ramirez was even walking zombie. Yeah. All week though, either Taylor had more. I mean, I predicted this since the fight got announced. I knew that he would lose because Taylor just is just looking from eye test. He has the better skills. Both fighters are not made for each other. I think that was a great fight. Yes, I think Kenny Bayless did a horrible job tonight. Or like Canelo says, horrible. Horrible referee. Horrible. He did horrible. I do not like Kenny Bayless' job tonight. I'm not saying it will change the outcome of the fight, but he was just not it tonight. Tonight I am drinking Snoop Dogg's red wine. My friend bought it for me, and I've been drinking this. That's it. That's it. So that's what I've been drinking. But I do have to agree, Kenny Bayless did a horrible job tonight, you guys. No, but it didn't say break, so protect yourself. And again, I said that. It is protect yourselves at all time. But Kenny Bayless was not assertive enough in any time of the fight. I want to fight. Hi, Chris. Anybody want to jump in with me who has me on social media? Please let me know. The I will send you the link so you guys can join me tonight because I would love to have you guys. Taylor was excellent. He was just so good. Oh my god, I'm way behind in the comments. Yeah, he just Lily, we're right with see Celtic Yank was here on my initial live at the beginning of the week. And on Monday, I did predict this very outcome. But just because I predicted it doesn't mean it hurts any less, right? Like I'm a Mexican and it's not just that, it's just that Ramirez is such a humble dude. Ramirez comes and he is so good with the community. He tries to be involved with local problems. Like I love Ramirez, right? But that doesn't make him any better of a fighter, you know? Same with Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor has done some very fucked up stuff by like being homophobic and being racist, right? Like we all know those reports. But it doesn't make him any less of a badass fighter. Him being homophobic and him being an anti-vaxxer and him denying COVID doesn't make him any less of a badass fighter. And that's just how boxing is. I think Hooker is way better. What? 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 Oh my god! I need to put my soundboard on here and put all my responses because that's just ridiculous. I disagree with you 100%. I think Taylor beats Crawford. I think Taylor would be Crawford's best name on his resume, and I would personally love to see it. I know my eyes look like I am like tuerta and I look like I'm like, but it's just the glasses, you guys. Like, see, without the glasses, I look normal. When I put the glasses on, I looks like my eyes are like weird. So I'm sorry about that. But I do feel like Taylor would be Crawford's best resume name in his resume. So I would, fuck it. Taylor's at Canelo, he only gets better. Well, I feel like Taylor was fighting how Billy Joe Saunders thought he was fighting against Canelo. I think Theo should stay at 130. I think Theo should stay at 135 as well. I think so too. He has a lot to do at 135 before moving up. Hi Luke. Again, Taylor has fought too many styles and has showed many. Yes, I agree with you. Taylor has fought all the guys at 140 at this point, and he looks like he does not. He nothing faces him. I did not make any money. I don't bet. I should though. I should start betting because all my predictions are right. Uh, yes. So follow Miguel on Twitter. This is Amir Khan. Follow him on Twitter. He is hilarious and he has some wild ass takes. Luke says I may be Pac Spence. I may be. Oh, you may be a Pac. If you guys are up Manny Pacquiao versus Errol Spence in Vegas in August, please hit me up. I already booked my fucking hotel. It's just on getting tickets at this point. Will Spencer's Money be Raider Stadium? That would be pretty great. Because it. I hope there's a lot of tickets, and I hope it's full capacity because this fight like this deserves full attendance. Chris, Sean Porter said Bayless was in the way. Yeah, he was. He was in the way. Bayless was trash tonight. But again, I don't feel like it changes the outcome. Hold on. Ramirez is talking. Let me.
Get back to my rhythm. Um, but it was an overall good fight. Hopefully I get back and I learn from my mistakes, and you win some, you lose some, and I'm just blessed I get to enjoy my family afterwards and make it this far in my career.
Now he caught you with that pull counter in the sixth round, which is a great shot, and then in the seventh it was that half break from Kenny Bayless that he caught you with. But what were the mistakes that you made? What did you get away from that was working from you early on?
I think I was blocking a lot of his punches and landing the sharper jabs. And there was times that he was respecting me. He's trying to cover up like this, and that's when I knew he was respecting me. And there was times that I could capitalize, and I felt like I landed some good, clean shots. Again, it just came down to the clinches. The clinches he would let his hand go as soon as he got his chance. And again, I think I left it to the referee to do his part, and there was a lack of experience on my part.
The body punching, you got him with some really good body shots where it looked like you hurt him. And then, historically, our CompuBox numbers show that you're most effective when you throw the jab against a southpaw. Why was it so hard to land the jab tonight against consistently against Josh?
Well, I thought I landed it every time I threw it. I just felt like I need to throw it more often. But I was landing 2, 3 jabs at once, and again, I know he was trying to counter. You know what I mean? So I think if I would have used a little bit more feints, and make him commit, I think I would have countered him. But overall, it was a good fight.
114, 112, which means that you could have been in the fight. It could have been a draw. But in terms of the future, where do you see yourself in terms of the next step after you spend some time with your family?
We'll see. We'll see where I find myself. And I just want to enjoy the family and get back home. And I'm sure once I get my time off, I'll talk to Robert, and I'm gonna finish my career with the Garcias. So I'm sure they're gonna help me. They're gonna help me be guided, the correct path, and I'm gonna put my trust in them, to see what's best for me. Um, but but it was good. You know, I'm blessed and a little disappointed. You know, because I really wanted to win. You know, but it's a disappointment of a
So,
competitor.
to answer Jessica's question, I don't think a rematch is necessarily needed. I don't know if they had a rematch clause. I don't think it's necessarily needed at this point. I think Josh Taylor was very dominant in the rounds for the most part. And Ramirez didn't show, I mean, he showed heart, which is what we never questioned. We know he had heart. But I just feel like he I just feel like it would be the same outcome. You know, I just feel like he he would still suffer the same fate. Um, Spence says Ramirez was flat-footed and no head movement or feints. I don't like calling Ramirez average. He was an unified champion. Please respect for not only fighters in general, but you can't call a guy who was unified average. That maybe Josh Taylor was that much better that he made him look average. That's something different, right? But he is not average. Maybe Josh Taylor made him look that way, but even then he wasn't average because he came. Ramirez literally got up from being knocked down in that seventh round. I thought he was not going to get up from that because the way he felt like stiff. And I'm like, oh no, like he's not getting up from that. He's not getting up, Jim. But he did. And not only did he get up, but he didn't get up and start clinching. He didn't get up and start like hanky panky. He got up and kept throwing and fighting. So please don't. A basic fighter would not do that. Spencer's got to work on the jab and straight right down the middle and hold the inside. Garcia, ándale cabrón para Mexico. I know. I just feel like he was just trying to, encourage him. Thank you, Chris, for the super chat. Talk about all the crazy news we got. I know, dude. I want to get your guys' thoughts, and I know I'm behind the comments, but I'm trying to get on your guys' thoughts so that we can talk about everything else that happened this week. Do you think Elvis Rodriguez loses? I didn't see that fight in its entirety, so I feel like I can't talk for that. But I feel like Elvis Rodriguez, even in his last fight, he didn't look great. I feel like Elvis Rodriguez has like discipline problem, and I feel like that's what made him lose. Thank you for the super chat, Jay. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Luke says I predicted Taylor would over Ramirez, but I'm surprised he hung in there. No, I'm not surprised. I knew it would go the distance. I didn't predict the knockout. JD, Ramirez was open for counters, left hooks all night, and didn't adjust. You're right. He didn't adjust. Spence 7. Yeah, I'm scared for Pacquiao on this one, you guys. Let me know your thoughts on this. Oh yes, can I get a boogie? Let's see. Jessica again. I think that because the refs uncertainness in certain scenarios leaves a question. I mean, yeah, you're right, Jessica. You're very right. I Skip Bayless, and it sucks because it's always like that. We always have really amazing fights, and there's something that leaves a bitter taste in our mouths, whether it be the scorecards, whether it be the judges, whether it be the fucking ref. And in this one, it was the ref because I agree with you, Jekka. I agree with you 100%. I feel like that second knockdown, it was Bayless' fault. It really was. But I feel like even though that happened, I feel like Josh Taylor was still the better fighter tonight. But if it wasn't for those knockdowns, that could have been a draw. He it could have been a draw because of the scorecards. So I do 100% agree with you, Jekka, because let's not forget about Pritchard Colon. Yeah, Pritchard Colon was the one that like really got hurt. He's still recovering. I don't think he's ever gonna go back to normal. And uh, Rock Nation didn't do shit for him, right? Kenny Bayless was asked tonight, where the fuck is our boy Kevin? Oh my god, guys, I finished this whole fucking bottle of wine, so my brain is dead right now. But please, like, I agree with you, Jekka. I wouldn't mind a rematch, but I feel like the way the stuff is set up, I just feel like it won't happen. Brown gone one. I called it Tater all day. They call me Mexicoon, but it didn't. I'm a Mexican and I'm a very proud Mexican, like very very proud. And I did have, I had I had Taylor winning because it's just on the eye test alone, but it's just it is what it is. You know, when it becomes when it's boxing, I can't like have a certain preference. You'll beat the cells, I'll never be Scottish. Let's see, Ramirez eye, man, damn. Yeah, Ramirez eye got crazy, and you would think that Taylor would have his eye like that because remember how Taylor's eye got with he was fighting Regis Progrerius, right? His eye got fucked up. So you would think that that would be it. Edward, thank you so much. I appreciate the compliment. I appreciate you. We set pace on humans, right? You guys are crazy. And this brings up this question. He needs to leave Robert. I don't think so. I think he was competitive enough, and just Taylor's just a better fighter. I don't think he has to do anything to change that. Even though he was with Freddie Roach before, do you guys think Freddie Roach would have done a better job with him? Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think Taylor would have lost if Ramirez was with Freddie Roach and not uh Garcia? We didn't see anything. I think he looked different. I have to disagree. I have to disagree because he looked better than he did against Postal, right? With Postal, he was rusty. You could tell that something was bothering him, and for him, he claimed it was because it was, um, he claimed it was because of the crowd not being there and whatnot. So it depends, but it depends. Ramirez is above average. He just wasn't on job. Well, that's the thing. I don't think he's above average. I just think he's a good champion. Josh Taylor is just way better. He is way better. Who's crying? You can go back to my live on Monday, and I dead ass predicted Josh Taylor to win. I don't know why you guys are. I dead ass predicted this. Sport Talks with Troy. Everybody follow Sport Talks with Troy here on YouTube. Very great videos, analysis, and often he uploads often. He says a rematch might not be needed, but Top Rank's roster is top heavy, and there might not be any better options by Crawford on a rematch. I would welcome a rematch. I wouldn't be mad at that. I would love that. Let's see. Josh Taylor just executed the perfect game plan. Respect Ramirez for making a great fight. Adi, hello. Thank you for joining as always. I appreciate you so much, Adi. You know I love you so much. And I do appreciate you for this comment as well. Josh Taylor dead ass did a perfect fight. Ramirez was there. He did great. So good job to Ramirez. Good job to both. And again to Ben Davidson for doing all this stuff. And what's up, Daryl? How are you? ¿Cómo estás? The John Bonnie Bank. I don't know what that means. I can't. Somebody please translate. Sergio Valdez. Errol versus Manny. Spence by KO in the seventh. Props to Manny for me. Yes, I feel like Manny. Why are you taking these fights? Like you don't gotta do this, Manny. But I'm excited and I can't wait to go. Somebody translate this, please. Crawford KOs Josh Taylor. I don't know. I would love to see it. I would love to just see that fight. It would be great. And let's be honest, who else? Who else is Crawford going to fight at this point? Brown. Taylor's inside game was underrated, and I've been saying he's no slouch in there. I called it Taylor. I also called that. I also called Taylor by unanimous decision. Taylor's just oh my god, he's probably the best that the UK has, honestly. He really does. Um I'll be drinking tea con pan dulce too. I'm gonna have to screenshot this one because this is pretty funny. uh, pan dulce. I don't know how that's gonna taste, but good job for you. Your mother's favorite. He's a pressure fighter. That's always what happens when you fight a good boxer, just how it is. I do have to agree with you on that because that was my reasoning for predicting Josh Taylor to win by decision because you know, Jose Ramirez is a great fighter and he's a great pressure fighter and he's a great, Mexican come forward type of fighter. And that's worked before. But we saw how much he struggled against another southpaw in Jose Cepeda, who, by the way, looked like not that good tonight, right? Chon Cepeda did not look that great. So, but we saw him struggle with that. So, in my way, it's just like, why would I think that he does better against Josh Taylor, who is like not only a fucking better fighter than Jose Cepeda, but he's more accomplished. So I do agree with you on there. Your mother's favorite. Let's see the comments. Woo. I'm behind in the comments. Oh my god. Unless you're Canelo. Let's see. I love use Regis Progrerius. I don't just got knocked out by Regis Progrerius. Robert Garcia's a beast. I think that Taylor's yes. I agree with you, Chris. It's just that he's a better fighter. That's it. LDBCQ plus he has to leave Robert. I don't agree with anybody who says he has to leave Robert. This doesn't have anything to do with Robert. And it has everything to do with Josh Taylor just being that much of a better fighter. That's it. Baby, honey, baby, honey, sweetheart. I know that. I know Regis Progray is pronounced Regis Progray. But Errol Spence called him Regis Progrerius. And that's why I call him that. That's why I call him that, because you call him Regis Progrerius. Do I need to look that video up or something? Because that's why. I know that Regis Progray is pronounced Regis Progray. But I say Regis Progrerius because that's how he sounds. And yes, thank you, Celtic, for like backing me up, because yes, I always predicted um Taylor to win. Does it hurt any less now that it happened? No, that just sucks. I wanted Ramirez to win. But you guys know that I always keep shit separated. My boxing opinion and my boxing analysis are two different things. Or not opinion, but like I would have loved for Ramirez to win. That would have made me very happy. But my analysis wasn't Ramirez to win. My analysis was that Josh Taylor would win. Like that's just the way it is. And for the guy that said this, woo, let me show you this. Let me show you this so that you get it, because I feel like you don't get it. Let me pull this up. Let me go back. Let me turn the volume all the way up so that you can hear what I'm referring to when I say Regis Progrerius. Adebayo just got knocked out by Regis Progrerius. Later than he did Terrence Crawford. So name somebody else. Adango just got knocked out by Regis Progrerius. Later than he did Terrence Crawford. So name somebody else. Adango just got knocked out by Regis Progrerius. Later than he did Terrence Crawford. So name somebody else. So that's why I say Regis Progrerius. I say Regis Progrerius because that's how he said it. Time for Bud. I don't know. Like I don't think Bud Crawford cares enough about fighting or not fighting Spence. Crawford versus Virgil will be nice at this point. Yeah, I feel like at this point, Crawford. Who else is Crawford gonna fight? But I would also love to see Crawford against Josh. Josh Crawford against Josh Taylor, or even Virgil against Josh Taylor. That'd be great. Um, but Crawford gonna be embarrassed. Ooh, gotta be embarrassed. Well, yeah. I don't like the whole, this promoter versus this promoter, but I do gotta agree that Bud Crawford needs better backup. Jekka, so Loma said he thinks that it was a draw. Oh my god, I saw that. I can't believe they even entertained that. That is so embarrassing. How was that a draw? He didn't do shit for the first 7 rounds. He would have to win every single round after the seventh, in the seventh up, to get a draw. And I don't think he won every single round. I don't like that. A big L from the and the boxing insiders, right? Who got all the they love to quote their sources, but you can't it's crazy. Reed just gave Taylor a harder fight. I do agree that he did. But he didn't make it as entertaining as Ramirez. Ramirez gave Taylor a more entertaining back and forth fight. But Reed just did have you could say it's the same because it was pretty close for both. UK versus Mexico rivalry. It's been a rivalry ever since all the Mexicans been kicking the UK people's ass. But Josh Taylor said, "Hold my beer tonight because I'm not letting this Mexican beat me, and I'm avenging all my freaking UK people." Joseph Peda last fight took a toll. I think so too because he looked like shit at the weigh-in. He looked like a Tim Burton character. He was not looking good at the weigh-in, you guys. Jose Cepeda, right? And he didn't look very good tonight. He looked like he did enough to beat his opponent, but those scorecards were pretty wide, right? So I do feel like had Jose Cepeda come in and like did a spectacular performance, then it would have been a better thing to be like, oh, cool, he gets who gets the champion, right? Who gets the undisputed guy? I don't think Jose Cepeda did that tonight. I don't think he did enough, but mm, I think yeah, that Baranchik fight took a lot out of him because goddamn, Brown. The double jab and uppercut was there all night for Taylor. It really was. Jose Ramirez did not know what to do with it. Regis Progrurius sips wine. Espen estaba borracho. Ospen said Regis Progrurius. My bad. Yeah, he did. He always says that. So that's how that's why I always pronounce it like that. Virgil Taylor would be good. I just think Taylor's still too good at crafty. He's crafty. He's a southpaw. And Virgil, he has power, yes, but he's an up and comer, and I don't think he has faced anybody who's a southpaw and that is as good at the caliber of Josh Taylor. So I feel like I would wait on that too. Brown says Loma's a sore loser. I'm trying. Same thing, man. I used to love Lomachenko. Like I have any problems with Lomachenko. I used to really fuck with the dude. So for him to turn around and do all this, it really hurt my feelings. And I'm like, oh, come on, Lomachenko. Now I can't even defend you. Now it's hard to like you because you're coming up with all these excuses. So I do agree with that. Oh, Miguel gave me a super chat. Oh my God, Miguel Ramirez is Regis Progrurius. So is this Pacquiao. Miguel's gonna go with me to Vegas for the Spence fight, Pacquiao fight. I don't know if he'll be scared to show face though. But thank you for the super chat, Miguel. uh Taylor did a lot of hugging. Or should have been moving. Yes, but I feel like fighters who do a lot of clinching, it's because the other fighter led some. Right? There's guys who, as soon as they get clinched or hugged, they start fucking hitting, and that makes them let go, or it makes for the ref to step in. Right? Even if it's illegal because they're clinching, fuck that. If someone's clinching you, fucking hit them to the body, or try to do uppercuts. Right? To get them to get the fuck out of there. Jacka, I agree with you, Jessica. Virgil needs to avenge this UK guy. I agree. I feel like if Virgil would come and like knock out Taylor or beat him, then it would be like, okay, all is done now. All is well now because I do feel like Virgil can definitely win, but also again, Josh Taylor is just this very top notch talented dude, right? He's very fucking talented. Jose Espada had some good body shots. Yeah, I'm not saying he didn't win. I just felt like the scorecards were very wide. But he didn't do anything after that. I agree. Jose Ramirez needs to rest and move to 147. I don't think he does any better on 147 though. I really don't think he does. Jessica, so Tyson's dude, I can't believe like they showed that on TV. Like, first of all, I know, and I mentioned this in my live on Monday, right? I can understand why fans are upset that Wilder intervened, right? Because that's what they said. Oh, Wilder is stopping Joshua versus Fury. Wilder is not doing anything other than establishing what was on the initial contract. Fury shouldn't have gone around and started negotiating another fight when he knew that with a contract like that he signed before, he had promised another fight to Wilder. So I can again, I see all sides. You guys know that I am unbiased as fuck. I can see why boxing fans feel sad that they're not getting Joshua versus Wilder. I mean versus Fury when that was what has been, been talked about since December. But at the same time, you guys can't blame Wilder for this because it really isn't Wilder's fault. Wilder is only requesting what was already promised to him via a contract, right? That's like if you sign up for a job and they tell you sign this contract and we're gonna pay you this much, and you're gonna be the only person who's gonna be in this contract. And then your boss goes and hires somebody else and starts paying them more and doesn't pay you what they put in a contract that they were gonna pay you. Wouldn't you be like, wait a minute? No, you have to honor your contract and you have to pay me this before you go and hire someone else and pay them that. Right? So yes, would I rather see Joshua versus Fury? 100% yes. But I also have to, agree that Wilder is needs to honor he deserves the contract to be honored. Whether you think he deserves it or not, that's not relevant. It's not relevant whether or not Wilder deserves a third fight because it's a contract, right? Don't put anything in a contract that you don't want. So I just have to remind people of that. Remind people that it's don't put the blame on Wilder. Don't be like, oh, Wilder's, preventing these fights. It's not that. It's that Fury knew that this was a thing that he owed Wilder a third fight and still went on to negotiate fights with somebody else. And again, guys, yes, there was like, oh, talks that any minute now the fight between Fury and Joshua will become official, but it never did, right? It never did. There was always like, oh, we're hopeful for this fight to get signed in it, but it never did. And look how fast Wilder signed a rematch with Fury because, I mean, Fury signs a rematch with Wilder because that's what it was on contract that it was supposed to happen. Had he done this shit back in December, he could have already beat Wilder a third time and then still fight Joshua right now in August. But he didn't. And to take that out on Wilder, in my opinion, it's uncalled for because again, Wilder is only asking for what was promised to him on a contract, and you can't blame somebody for that. Sports X with Troy say all boxers see their own fights through rose tinted lenses. I thought Lopez won the first six, Lomachenko the next five, and Lopez closed on the 12. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. When Lomachenko actually fought back, it was competitive, but he should have done that shit since the beginning, right? You should have done that shit since the beginning. You can't complain that much when you did nothing for 7 rounds. I already read that. My bad. My bad. My bad. But I do agree with you, Troy. What do you think about Louis? Louis Correa, he won that fight, but also he needs to just move his head. Like Correa has no head movement, but he did win that fight, so it sucks that he got robbed. He dropped the other guy twice. I don't like that. Wilder could win by KO. Age is the third best heavyweight. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, step aside money, step aside money." If Wilder wanted to take step aside money, he wouldn't have made this arbitration. He would have just been like, "Hey, give me step aside money, or else I'm gonna sue you." Right? Because this was on a contract, you guys. Remember that. This was a contract. So if Wilder wanted just to have step aside money and just be like, whatever, you guys fight, just give me my money. I just care about the money. He could have said that. He could have said, Fury, go ahead and fight uh Joshua. But you have to pay me because I could just sue you because you signed right here that we were gonna have a third fight. Or we're gonna have you promised me a rematch. So either, if you can find him, but give me my money, my step aside fee. But Wilder does not want to step aside money. Wilder really wants to fight Fury a third time. Whether you think that's smart for him or whether you think he can actually beat Fury a third time, that's subjective on its own. I don't think he can, but he does have, like Chris says, he has the equalizer. Wilder has that punching power that can definitely, swing stuff to his favor, but it depends, it depends. And I didn't think he won the first fight. I didn't think Wilder won the second fight, obviously. So I feel like the third fight he would lose again, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have the right to what was promised to him on a contract. This wasn't just like a voice thing, like a contract. And people have to honor their contracts and not go and start negotiating other fights before they fulfill their contract responsibilities. Brown says, I got Manny. I don't care what people say. These fighters aren't experienced as people think. Manny fought the same. Yes, but Manny's old. I'm scared for Manny because this could very much be like a fucking he could get Marquez, right? But yeah, or he could do Spence like he did Keith Thurman, right? He could dead ass do that. Oh wait, I already read all those. Oh my god, I already read all these. My bad. Now that you saw the size difference between Tank and Barrios, dude, I love Barrios. I'm gonna say that shit right now. I love him. But I think this is more of a chance for Tank to prove that he has much more than just power and like defeat Barrios by using his own disadvantages against Barrios, right? I think that this is Tank's chance to come up and be like, look, I'm not just a puncher. I can outbox this kid, or not outbox him, but I can use my boxing abilities to set up these heavy shots, right? But I love Barrios. I think Barrios is shit. Josh is a beast. Yes, he is. AJ versus Usyk, who you got over here, by the way. Thank you. I love Alexander Usyk. Usyk was probably like my favorite fighter for the last like couple years, but I do fear for him in this new division because he is not a heavyweight. Usyk is not a heavyweight, and I know he's very talented. I know with Garcia, he put on a boxing clinic, right? So I do love him, JD. I do. But I just feel like the heavyweights is a whole different unknown territory for him, and he can get hurt. And I love him so much that I don't want him hurt. I don't want to see Usyk hurt. So I just feel like Usyk if you know, out of all the heavyweights, I feel like Usyk has a better chance with AJ because AJ's we seen him be chinny, we see him be vulnerable, he's gotten down before. So I do feel like Usyk out of all the heavyweight champions has a better shot against AJ than anybody else. But I'm still scared because heavyweights hit hard, and I don't know Usyk can outbox them for the entirety of the fight. You know, nunca vencerás el escocés uno. I don't know what that means. Escocés, un país uno por. I don't know what that means. Please use proper grammar so I can read that again. Everyone that picked Ramirez to win, you can stay in your shells. Why? Why? I didn't pick Ramirez to win, but I feel like it was 50-50. People can argue it was 50-50. Y'all on here, so are you okay? Do you need a hug? Do you need a hug? Because I can go hug you if you want, if you're this pressed about. Be happy. Your guy won. Smile. Why are you guys so mad? I really find it annoying. Brett's AJ so highly hasn't fought the other two greats since generation. Thinks he loses to all. Well, we will see that, right? Now he has to fight Usyk, who is not a true heavyweight. So if he beats Usyk, I don't think it'd be like, wow, amazing. Because of course Usyk is not a natural heavyweight. But we will give him his props. We would give him his props. The heavyweight division is ruled by the UK. I have to agree because you got AJ, you got Fury, um, and you got I guess I don't know. That's it, right? And then you got Wilder, but Wilder lost to a UK guy, so I have to agree with that. But I might have to take you out of here because you're fucking weird. You're too like, why are you mad? Be happy. Horrible job by Bayless tonight. Yes, I have to agree. Uh, what's up, Andre? Yeah, I don't like how Bayless was tonight. I'm gonna have to Sade or whatever your name is. Are you okay? Do you need a hug? We're talking boxing here. You don't have to be that mad about anything. We're just chilling. You don't have to be mad or sad or that aggressive. Why are you so aggressive? Just be happy. You're fine, I promise. O sea, señor, puedo boogie solo, necesita esta canción. Puede boogie, boogie, boogie toda la noche. Boogie, boogie all night. Let's keep going. I'm not gonna entertain no dumb shit. Uh, ah, Jose Garcia, how are you? Chicana, am I the only one that thinks Ramirez could have done? No, No, he must definitely could have done more, especially in the early rounds. He was very, very passive. He was passive. He was kind of like waiting for Josh Taylor to, for him to counter. And that didn't work out for him. I think he could have done more, but I don't think it's uh I don't think it's a problem with Robert. I think Josh Taylor was just a better fighter that night. And then you said Mike Virgil should switch trainers. Well, Virgil, if you remember, he used to be with Virgil used to be with in Coachella con oh my god. Guys, I've been drinking so much today. I don't even remember his name. And that sucks. But he's been with oh my god. In Coachella. Virgil was first in Coachella with Diaz with Diaz, right? Virgil was first with Joel Diaz, and now he's with Virgil. Who do you think he should go with? Let me know. Let me know who you think he should go with instead. I'm not entertaining y'all's dumbass comments. I don't get it. Like we can talk boxing here, but when people are over here like that butthurt, like what? Your guy won. Why are you butthurt? Be happy. From your boy. Hello, David. How are you? Um, let's see. Whoop. Jessica. Did you hear the guy who got killed in the what? I didn't hear that. Inside the You need to give us the tea because I did not hear about that. Give us the tea, please, Jessica. Spanish accent without the Spanish cause. Yo nací en México, así que hablo español y sé leer español y sé escribir español. Josh Taylor, boys, can we get a win in the chat? Josh Taylor, boys! Again, if you remember my last chat, I predicted Josh Taylor to win. It hurts, though. It still hurts, but I predicted him to win. Michael, hi, Mike. Do you actually give Josh a chance in hell versus Bud if he goes up? Honestly, don't know about that one. I don't know about that one either, to be honest, Mike. Bud is older. Let's remember that. Well, no, they're about the same age, right? Because Josh Taylor's 30 and Bud Crawford is what, 32 or something like that? I would love to see it. I'm not mad at it. I know love Josh, Bud is a bit better. I think he's a bit better, but again, like I feel like this would be an amazing fight as well. I think it'd be nice. Hit the like button. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate you. Plan versus Canelo. Oh, I would love to see it. Plan's asking for 10 million. I don't think that should be a problem for Canelo if he really wants to unify. I don't see why Plant. I mean, I know we can go on an argument whether or not Plant deserves 10 million, but because who else would he make 10 million against with? But I'm pretty sure Canelo would give it to him just so that they can, make it happen. I do not watch UFC. I'm sorry. I just don't. I'm sorry. I don't know UFC. I am so sorry. Oh, catalán, la gramática que hablas fue hecha en nuestra tierra. Creo que la palabra que estás buscando es puntuación. ¿Gramática? No entiendo. Ya se me olvidó lo que estamos hablando porque hiciste ese comentario, así que discúlpame porque no me acuerdo de por qué hiciste ese comentario. That would be a good fight, but almost double Taylor's experience. I think be bad for. I would love to see it though because Taylor can always prove us wrong, right? How am I triggered when I predicted this very outcome? I deadass predicted Taylor to win. Why would I be triggered by that? I literally pulled up like I last Monday I was live, Mr. or Mrs. I'm sorry, whatever you are. And I predicted Taylor to win this fight. I predicted Taylor would defeat Ramirez by decision. I did it. What? Are you triggered? Why are you so mad? I had never seen you here before. Welcome, by the way. I had never seen you here before, by the way. Welcome. Welcome to my chat. But I don't know why you're so aggressive and like mad. Why are you mad? Are you okay? Do you need a hug? I'll give you a hug. I don't care. I heard about it. Two men were arguing. One man pulled out a gun. What? In the gym? in the, I mean, recording studio, but still, what the fuck? That's crazy. Um, game courses can only to go up against Joshua, and this could very much be trolling, like, ha ha ha, I'm making a funny. But there's also a lot of casuals on Facebook who say this stuff. So I don't know. I don't know if you're serious or not. Regis beat Idongo faster than Crawford did. Taylor's beat Regis. Idongo just got knocked out by Regis Progrurius. Who do you have? I think I'm going to give Spence the benefit of the doubt because Spence has never been stopped, has never been hurt like that. And Manny Pacquiao, the senator, has been inactive since January of 2019, right? So the the senator has been inactive for a long time and he's older. He's only getting older and his reflexes are not what they used to be. So I'm gonna have to give Spence the nod here. But shit, he can just prove us all wrong and fuck up Spence just like he did with Thurman. Nothing to do with the Charles outside the gym. I know, but that's crazy still. That's fucking crazy. Jose says Crawford is Taylor. I have to say Crawford is way better than Ramirez, even if I'm Mex. See, and I love that for you, Jose. I'm Mexican, and just because I'm Mexican, I didn't pick Ramirez to win. I actually picked Josh Taylor to win since the fight got announced. So yes, we love our nationalities. Yes, we love our fighters who we like better than others. But that shouldn't get in the way of our predictions or our boxing analysis, right? I would have, been cool with Ramirez winning. He's so nice, right? But my analysis was not that. Just because I like Ramirez better as a person doesn't mean that I'm gonna pick him to win, right? So he really is. Like, is he okay again? Let's all give him a hug, like the Teletubbies, like the Teletubbies that hug. What did the Teletubbies say? Hug or something. It's not about that though, Sade. It's not about that. When you love boxing, you love it, and you love fighters who are not necessarily your nationality. And even then, if I love my nationality fighters doesn't mean I'm gonna skill wise doesn't mean I'm gonna pick them. Like y'all are some weirdos. Let's go back to Chris. You are a weirdo. I hope you're okay. I hope you get feel better. I don't know why you're so angry. I hope you feel better. Regis had great skills. Yes, Regis Paguris do have another does have skills. 19-year-old damn, these kids are so young shooting. Motherfuckers like, why are you guys doing that? Andre says thinking about this really wasn't a hard fight to call. Taylor called exactly what Ramirez would do kind of crazy. I agree with you in that way that I think we all, Josh Taylor was the favorite. He was the heavy favorite, and I picked him to win. Even though on Monday I was live with Freddie from Box Talk 101, who had Ramirez winning by knockout. I'm like, no, has faced a better opposition. He's a better fighter just by the eye test. He has better boxing abilities, and I think he's gonna win, right? And I think Taylor just knew that if he can survive Ramirez's pressure, which was not there the entirety of the fight, he could do this, and he did do this. Good. I've never doubted. I don't know how many times I have to say this. Do I need to pull up like a video of me predicting Josh Taylor to win so that you guys can like realize that I dead ass had Josh Taylor winning? I might have to pull up a video of me in my last live claiming Josh Taylor was gonna win because you guys are acting like I picked Ramirez or some shit. Investigators said the shooting happened around 6:40 p.m. in the Charlotte Boxing Club. According to deputies, the victim, 19 years old Tyler Hicks, and Christian Menifee, 19. They're both 19. Oh my god, why are these guys? They're teenagers. Technically, they're still teenagers. Why are they doing the most? That is so sad. That sucks. All came to a head last night when Menifee pulled out a gun and fatally shot Hicks. That is so sad. Like none of this should be happening. None of these should be happening. The next day, the interview Charlo on June fight, and no one asked him about it. I mean, they should have asked him like, "Hey, like, what is up with what happened? Really, literally outside your gym." But also, I feel like, what would he say? You know, he would just be like, "Well, I don't know." All right, I'm gonna stop listening to this dude. Uh, talk to yourself. It's because you break. Oh no, I'm not gonna entertain the shit. Lily, don't be sad. We Mexico get undisputed champion in September. Let us pray. I'm gonna win money with this one for sure. Cause the guy's gonna bet me money that Plant beats Canelo, and Canelo can lose, but not the Plant. Come on, he can't. He can't win. Plant can't beat Canelo. AJ will spend his whole career avoiding. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But hey, if Canelo becomes undisputed, I'm gonna be there. When Canelo faces Plant, I'm gonna be there. Miguel's gonna be there. Maybe Laura's gonna be there. We're trying to be there. It's like, yeah, the second knockdown was sad because I feel like that was much more of Kenny Bayless's work. But I just feel like even if that second knockdown hadn't happened, I feel like he would still have won, Tony. Thank you, Sport Talks with Troy. I picked Taylor. I've been saying this on Twitter. I've been saying this on YouTube. So I don't know what people are over here like mad about it. I don't know why you guys are acting crazy. I dead ass picked Taylor to win, and you guys are like, oh, you're just butthurt that Ramirez lost. Like, huh? And I tweeted this too. I'm like, I picked Taylor to win, but doesn't mean it hurts any less. Like that shit sucks. Like I love Ramirez. Like, you know, if everything was fun and dandy in the world, you would think the right, the nicer guy, the nicer guy wins. But that's not boxing. The nicer guy doesn't mean shit. If you have a fighter in front of you who is more skilled than you, he's gonna win. It doesn't matter if you're a dickhead and he's not. So, it just it, I thank you, Sports Talks with Troy, and again follow him here on YouTube because he has some like a lot. He has really nice analysis videos, and he posts when boxing news come up. So follow Sports Talks with Troy. But but yeah, like I don't know what people are on here like really passive aggressive about stuff. Like I dead ass picked Taylor to win. I don't know what you guys are mad about. Let's see. Mike says, I honestly was surprised he was able to hurt Jose. Still a grade A fighter, good ass dude. Can't wait to see him again. Yeah, like I thought it was gonna go 12, but I didn't think there'd be like these, like, it'd be like a not, Taylor knocking him down twice. I didn't predict that. So I'm like, oh shit, but good for him. Um, José García, yo el programa de No Puedes Jugar Boxeo y Amador y estaba súper ciego diciendo que Ramírez iba a noquear en el 6 o 7. La verdad, buen show, pero era muy difícil, muy fácil ver. Yeah, No Puedes Jugar Boxeo. Amador is a good dude. He's cool, but he do have biases, right? And he usually just his bias is not nationalistic. His bias is just who gives him interviews. So that's like if I would have gotten an interview with Taylor and I would have just been like, "Oh, he's gonna win. He's gonna win. He's gonna win," because that's how Amador is. Ernesto Amador is a very pro whoever gives him an interview. So if a one guy goes and gives an interview, then he's gonna root for that guy if that makes any sense. Does that make sense? Tony, but that second knockdown really changed the fight. Took a lot of Ramirez. Yeah, I honestly didn't think Ramirez was gonna get up from that. He was like stiff when he went down from that. So I honestly let's look at that again because I really want to point out what you're talking about because I do agree with you that that was more of like a Kenny Bayless, being really he was like pretty much just intervening the whole time. So I do agree with that. So let's see it. Let's see it from the point of view inside the ring. Okay. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to see that because, again, I do feel like, Kenny Bayless did shit. fucked up a lot tonight. So let's revisit that, shall we? So I'm sharing this Twitter screen, and I'm going to watch Kenny Bayless and watch how he. I mean, you can't really see it there in that one, but look how Ramirez is struggling to get up, and well, the way he fell, where it's like that. I'm like, oof. And then he was wobbling and shit. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, this motherfucker's not. I thought he was gonna get stopped right in and then. But let's look at it again when it starts over from the beginning. And I loved again. Ramirez came right back up and started swinging. No clinching, no funny business. He went right on to fucking fighting again. And that's not good. I would have been like, bro, relax, clinch. But he didn't. But let's look at how he fell. Look how he fell. Motherfucker stiff as hell. And then look at how much he struggled to get up. Right? He was struggling to get up and then he wobbled. And it's like, bro, like you need to like not be fighting anymore. I don't know how he got off from that one. Um I thought he would dead ass like get knocked the fuck out. I'm like the end is coming. Taylor's about to knock this dude the fuck out. Let's look at it again so that we can see what I mean when I say that. Look at Kenny Bayless, okay? Look at Kenny Bayless. I'm about to share my screen so you guys can see how Kenny Bayless steps right the fuck in, and then he's like, "Oops, hold on, never mind." Check this shit out. I want to see the slow mo so you guys can see it. I didn't think Ramirez was gonna get up from that. I don't know how the fuck he got up from that. But do you guys see how like you gotta look at him? He's right there, and he's like tapping them. Like, what are you doing? Like, are you telling him to stop? Are you not? What are you doing? So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, and again, I'm not saying this would change the outcome of the fight. I'm not saying Josh Taylor wasn't the better fighter this time around, but I am saying that Kenny Bayless was asked for that. He really was. He really was asked for that tonight. Um, JD says if Taylor doesn't fight Crawford next, I'd love to see Prograis. Yeah, I would love to see a Prograis rematch too, but Prograis is already at 147, so maybe it will say if he would it would be weird if he moves up or not, you know? I really thought it was done. Yeah, me too. I'm like, damn, this motherfucker's not getting up. I'm like, this motherfucker done. He wasn't the same. Yeah, he was more cautious to throw because, of course, you don't want to get caught with that again. So I feel like he was more cautious, you know? I'm not saying it wasn't a legit knock. I don't know if you guys hear me when I talk. Do I need to like slow it down for you guys? Do I need to say it in another language? What I'm saying is that Kenny Billy was ass. And I don't know if you heard me, but I did. I said it doesn't matter because Taylor was a better fight that night. Like he was still the better fighter. So even if that knockdown wouldn't have happened, Josh Taylor still landed the better shots all around. So I don't know why you guys are like so defensive. I really don't. I don't know why you guys take everything I say like if I'm like insulting your favorite fighter in the world. Bailey was pretty horrible tonight, though. Yes, and this is what I mean. I'm not again. I did. I said this shit before I played the video. Before I played the video, I'm like, I'm not saying this changes anything, but Bayless was asked tonight, and you guys, but that was the same. That was still a good. I'm not saying that. And yes, Chad, Bayless was a pretty horrible. That's my point. My only point is that Bayless was horrible. That's my point. Like, are you gonna break the clinch or are you not? Like, what is happening? But Taylor was still the better fighter tonight. I don't know why you guys are. Y'all are weirdos. Ramirez looked very innocent and knocked out. Ramirez is just too passive. And I tweeted this. If you follow me on Twitter, which by the way, let me put my Twitter on here so you guys can follow me. Um, on my Twitter, there's my socials in the bottom. On my Twitter, I dead ass said this. I'm like, Ramirez is too passive to win this fight. Like, he is too passive to win this fight. I don't know what, like, I dead ass said this on Twitter. Then, yeah, I am. What am I drinking? I'm drinking the Snoop Dogg wine. It's a Snoop Dogg. And that was it. I drank the whole bottle. Let's see. Ramirez. Oh yeah, I already said that. My bad. Uh, he did almost like, oh, my bad. Like, lady, don't be cussing. Suck my dick, Franco. Suck my fat juicy dick. My bad. Do you think that Lila has a chance against? I think he does, but I think he's chinny. So I pray to Jesus that Haney gets a knockout win. But Haney's just more of a tactical fighter, right? Haney's a tactical fighter, so I feel like he doesn't necessarily have to push for the knockout. He just has to look good. I do think Linares has a chance because he's fast, but also he's just chinny. And he doesn't belong with the newer generation because I feel like he would get knocked the fuck out. But I hope Haney makes this a very established like knockout victory because if he struggles anytime, it would suck. It would suck. You know, Haney needs to get a decisive victory. Taylor and Fury for me are the best fighters in the UK. I agree with you, Jose. I think Taylor's better than Fury, but I think they're both. If there's any real fighters out of the UK, it's definitely both of these dudes. And shit, good because the UK needs them. Like I want them both. They both are fucking great fighters. One of Kenny's worst nights ever. I've been watching. Yeah, like that shit made me sad. We need my boys back. I have shirts with the other reps, and I'm like drinking, so I don't remember their names. But you your handle's hilarious. No. That's the thing. My handle was this way before Billy Joe Saunders even went to 168. I've been having Billy Joe Saunders at since like 2014 or more. Like it's been years that I've had the Billy Joe Saunders handle. So yeah. Hello, Remy. Hi from France. Hello. Who's your favorite fighter, Remy? Let me know. Let me know who's your favorite fighter. Kane says there's only one. There's only one. Josh Taylor. Leon is chinny, but Haney hits like a. Yeah. Haney doesn't have much power, and I do feel like he is also chinny. So this is a very good fight. I do feel like this is a great fight. I just feel like Linares is past his prime, and I feel like Haney can definitely capitalize off of that. And Haney again should defeat Linares by knockout, or else it would be like embarrassing in my opinion. Josh Taylor dominated the fight throughout. Ramirez landed it clearly. Taylor countered him effectively and controlled the pace. Ramirez, yes, he did some hesitant to throw, especially after being knocked down twice. So yes, I Ramirez was definitely Josh Taylor was definitely the better fighter of the two tonight. The refs should be praised for giving Ramirez the longest kind of history and watch it back to the. Yeah, I don't. Again, I'm not arguing any of this. I don't know why you guys are. I don't know, but okay. Josh Taylor is very good. What would be next for him, Crawford? I think the plan was to whoever wins this to move up to 147 to challenge Crawford because, again, who else is top rank gonna make Crawford fight with when they don't make business with PBC, right? So if he can't find anybody of the PBC motherfuckers, then he has to fight Josh Taylor, and I would love to see that. We need Steve with his. I know. Oh my God, Steve! I have a shirt with Steve on it. Steve is the shit, and his faces, and it's just. I love him. I love him so much. I always thought you were a fan of his. Of Steve? Hell yeah! I have a shirt with Steve on it and Kevin. I have a fight with Kevin, and I have a fight with Steve on him. because I love them both. They're wholesome. Hi's from Seattle. I'm trying to go to Seattle and go to that little Space Needle, whatever the fuck that is. I'm trying to go to Seattle. So if you're in Seattle, hit me up so I can you can be my tour guide. UK boxing are doing great. Only 5 champs. I think 5 champs is good though. AJ Fury, Taylor O'Coley, and Sonny Edwards. Yeah, and the other Edwards just lost, right? Yeah, Sonny Edwards won, and then the other Edwards is the one that lost. But yeah, I mean, I think this was good because like if Ramirez would have won, it would have been more like, God damn, the Mexicans are kicking the UK motherfuckers ass. But again, Josh Taylor's like, no, 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 not on my watch. I'm going to avenge every single UK fighter who has fallen victim to Mexicans. And that he did. So good for him. Um ACS not from the UK. I love Taylor. I just think Crawford's too dynamic and exclusive for Taylor. But then again, I feel like let's say Crawford does beat Josh Taylor. There would still be an asterisk next to the resume, in the resume next to the name because Josh Taylor's coming up from 140, right? Josh Taylor's 140 coming up to fight Crawford at 147. And yes, Crawford also came from 140, but he's been in there longer than Josh Taylor. So can he beat Josh Taylor? Of course. But it'd be like, well, this guy's just moving up. You've been there forever. So, you know what I mean? Is Taylor, I honestly don't do pound for pound lists. I don't. I don't do pound for pound lists. I feel like pound for pound lists are very subjective. But Josh Taylor, whoever had won this fight, should definitely secure a spot in the pound for pound list. Yes. So Taylor should be on a fucking pound for pound list. Most definitely. He definitely should be on the pound for pound list. I don't do pound for pound lists because I just don't. They're very subjective. But again, if I did have one, Josh Taylor would definitely be in it, as he should be. Yes. Yes, sir. UK boxing is, oh wait, sorry, read that. Dirty huggers not good. What are you talking about? Who's hugging? What are you talking about? I'm confused. Oh, the other one was in lose. He lost to Ray Martinez. Yeah, he didn't lose to him. I feel like he got Martinez got disqualified, right, or something like that, and then he moved up or something like that. Rush should have, yeah, but Kenny Billard was ass tonight. He really was. Charlie Edwards got his loss overturned. Martinez, yes, yes. Martinez hit him while he was already on a knee, but then he moved up. You're right. You're totally right. Martinez hit him when he was like on a knee, and they overturned that, and he moved up. You're totally right. Very, very right. No, not top three. No, you're smoking dick. Because top three, in my opinion, I don't do pound for pound lists. I really don't. But I feel like top three would be like Canelo and like Crawford and Inoue, whatever fucking way you want to put them up there. I don't do pound for pound lists. I really don't. I don't like thinking about pound for pound lists. They're very subjective. But he's not top three. Top 10, of course. 100%. Should he be in the top 10 pound for pound? 100%. Top three? No. That's no, he's not. Not top, not top three. Let's see. Chris says, you think Tank beat Battersea could fight Taylor? I don't know. I think Tank is too small. I think Tank should have stayed at 130, 135 and fought everybody there. Those would have been great fights. I don't really see him at 140. Yeah, no, he's not top three. No offense. I am so sorry. That's just my opinion. Yes, he's top 10. Most definitely. No one could argue that. But top three? No, I'm sorry. UK doing okay, I guess, but damn, Russian boxing is a gutter. Oh, yeah, I know. Russians used to run the light heavyweight division, right? The 175 division, and then they're just not anymore. Yeah, no. Hello, box do not hug. Yeah, but they were both hugging, I feel like. Brazil? Brazil? Oh, Johnny here. Oh, hi, Johnny. See, you guys have to tell me who you are because I'm not sure what you. He's not top three. I'm sorry. I don't know what. I don't care what you argue. He's not top three. He could definitely be top 10, top five, even. You can argue. But top three, I'm sorry. I have to disagree. Not top three. He could definitely be top 10, top five with your argument. And of course, yes, Inoue is not undisputed, but Inoue has been climbing more divisions, right? Of course, undisputed is a lot. It's a big fucking deal. It is, but I don't think that makes you top three. I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings. You can argue that, and you're very right in your argument. You're very right in that, like, yes, he has a deeper, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I agree with that. He does have better names than Crawford did at 140. He does become undisputed, and Inoue didn't. But Inoue's been climbing up and looking goddamn impressive and goddamn like dominant. So I don't know. I probably would have to think about this when I'm like more sober, for sure. I said top five close. Yeah, I would say top five close. I agree. Thank you, Giovanni, Giovanna, Giovanni, Giovanna. I would say top five. You can argue, but not top three. But again, I drank beers tonight, liquor, and then I drank this whole bottle of wine by myself. So maybe have to like think about that further. Um, let's see. He says Chicano resume wise, Taylor top three. I don't think he's top three. I'm sorry, but again, let me be sober and we can have this discussion again after I finish champ. But I test. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. See, thank you so much for this comment because this is how I'm seeing it. Like I test, yes, 6 or 7, he gets hit too much. And I just feel like there's guys who are better than him in other divisions for him to be top three. But he might be, I don't know. I need to like think about this over the weekend. He might be top three, but I don't think so. I think he could definitely be top five. Top five for sure. Cool. Yes, argue that. But top three, I don't know about all that. And yes, I'll say I agree with him too. I think top five, you know, top three, I don't know. Jason says Ramirez is a great champ, but that win does not push Taylor to top three. Yes, yes, I agree. I agree with you guys. I think he's not top three. I think you can argue top five, and he's definitely top 10. Definitely top 10 because of the accomplishments. And he won the World Boxing Super Series and he got the Muhammad Ali trophy and all that. So I do agree that he's top 10. Top five, you can argue. Top three, I'm sorry, I don't think that. I don't think that he would be top three. Jason said, oh, sorry, my bad. Mike says, do you give Campos? No, I don't. He's very confident though. Cambosis is very confident. He says that he's willing, and I just want to see a good fight. But I just think Lomachenko. I just feel like Delfino beats him and beats him good. But who here is buying the Triller pay per view? Are you guys getting the Triller thing? Love you from Brazil. Brasileños, brasileñas. I love you. Ramirez looks so vulnerable for not being able to knock out with Taylor if he was top three. Yeah, Ramirez, I mean, he is a unified champion, and Ramirez was never top 10, really. So, I don't know. Ramirez was very vulnerable since before. My favorite fighter right now. That is a really good question. Um, I don't know. That's a good question. I love. I used to hate Canelo. I used to hate that dude. Now I really fuck with him. Like I can't believe he's doing all this. I would have to say either Canelo or Spence is doing cool things. I just can't make him my top fighter because I feel like both him and Crawford play a big role in why they're not fighting each other. So I can't have them both as my favorite because they're both pissing me off. El Gallo Estrada, I fuck with a lot. in a way. I like Miguel Thurman is not my favorite fighter. That's yours. No, no, he's not my favorite fighter. He used to be. I have a video that I'm gonna add to my little video library where Thurman went live on Facebook on the PBC Facebook account, and I was talking to him, and he's like, "Hello, Lily. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the love and support." And I was like, Thurman, he acknowledged my existence. So I love Thurman, but now I just wish he would have been busier. He shouldn't have gotten married. So I think my favorite fighter is like, yeah, like Inoue, um, Canelo. I like Spence, but I just feel like I can't put him as my favorite because he's equally as guilty of the Crawford fight not happening as Crawford. So I can't have him as my top. I love Virgil Ortiz. I really love Virgil Ortiz. Sick ass dude. I feel like that'd be good. Jimbo Slice. Hello, Jimbo. Tank versus Barrios versus Poker. I would really. I mean, I would. A program Taylor rematch would also be cool, and then Tank Barrios is good, but I feel like Barrios is also like Ramirez, where he's like a Mexican guy who just comes forward, right? I had Taylor killed Jose. I could list him. Yeah, I mean, good. That I have to agree with that, Jason. Bob Arum said that if Shakur Stevenson wins his next fight, he's going to fight Jamal Herring next. Ooh, I would love Shakur Stevenson against Jamal Herring, and I would love Oscar Valdez against Jamal Herring. Either one, I would love to see it. Daniel says Josh Taylor looked nearly as fine as you. Oh, thank you. He looked mighty fine tonight, so I appreciate that because he looked fine as fuck tonight. So this compliment means a lot to me because if you're saying he looked as fine as me, that is a compliment because he looked fucking good. Taylor looked good as fuck. So thank you for that. I appreciate you, Daniel. Oh my god, I appreciate you so much. Lomachenko should have gone rematch with Theo. No, he shouldn't have. He didn't do shit for 7 rounds. Should have done shit. How do you see Pacquiao versus Spence playing out? I think Spence knocks out Pacquiao, but I think it was gonna be a war until it happens. Spence will piece up Pac and then TKO him. Yes, I think it'll be a TKO. In my opinion, Pac-Man is going to be. Ooh, I'm gonna screenshot this because if you're right, I'm gonna like give you money or something because oh my god. I feel like I mean I can't say no because fucking Manny Pacquiao just comes up and like he does the most, but he's old. Spence deserves a top billing versus Bud. He has a better resume. To be fair, when people say Taylor gets hit too much, well, Donaire put hands on Inoue and even broke his eye socket. Miguel, shut up. But you're right. Miguel says Spence win, but Pac drops him at least once. What? Miguel, what? You think Pac oh my god. If Pacquiao drops Spence, I'm going to like just jizz myself in the arena. I'm just going to like all over the arena, dead ass. Like it would happen. I think Progress beats Gervonta. Progress is fucking talented, and that loss against Taylor, you a lot of people argue he won. So Spence will retire Pac. I think. Well, this is Pacquiao's last fight with the Al Heyman, so I feel like he's going out with a bang. AC says Miguel facts. Manny School Spencer for round. See, this is a perfect analysis, in my opinion. Ariane Yuta. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. I agree with this. I feel like Spence ultimately knocks out uh Pacquiao, whether it be stoppage, whether it be a TKO or whatever, right? But I think Manny fucks him up until then. Manny is so fucking talented for fucking being like 40 something. Like, oh my god. JD says Boots Ennis is better than Virgil Ortiz. I think that's a really good fucking fight. Boots versus Virgil. I think they're both coming up beating amazing opposition. Both guys are coming up the right way, right? Getting really good getting really good opponents, getting really good matchups. They're both amazing. I think that fight is as 50-50 as it gets. Jimbo says, what are you most likely watching on 26? Tank versus Barrios or Chao? No, I'm watching both. And I'm gonna be in Mexico when this happens because I was trying to go to Atlanta for Tank versus Barrios, right? Because the undercard's also really fucking good. So I was like, I'll fucking go. But I'm watching both because I'm gonna be in Mexico, and in Mexico the fights are free. So I'm gonna try to watch both on two different TVs. Jose. Jose says, oh shit, hold on. Has Spencer been dropped? I don't think so. He's been hurt before a little bit, but no. Prograry gave Taylor that work. He really did, but he was too passive. He was way too passive. Jose says, I think Taylor has to be put on a fight where his X factor is tested. I see Crawford and Canelo as very ring savvy. Traen su truco. But I don't know if I've seen that from Taylor. Yeah, I think Taylor, and then another thing is that like Taylor, we knew. I mean, most people, including myself, had predicted that he would beat Ramirez. Right? If Ramirez would have fucked up Taylor, then that's another thing because he was the underdog. But Taylor was not the underdog. Let's see. Spencer's never been dropped. Yeah, no, he hasn't. He's just been like a little bit like staggered. Rigorou with that. Yeah, it's funny because I love that fight. I don't know about destroys, but I would love to see it. Hello, hi, how are you? ¿Cómo estás? Good having you here. You guys think Spencer will knock out Pac-Man when his last time he knocked someone out? Y'all playing Pac-Man some more respect. I just think Pac-Man's just older. I think that's what it is. And I didn't say he was gonna get knocked out. I would say it would be like a TKO or a stoppage or something like that. But I think a knockout could happen because yes, when was the last time uh Spence got a knockout? But he's younger, stronger. So I just feel like, oh my god, I'm scared for Manny Pacquiao. Oh, hello, hello. Jimbo, you don't have multi-screen setup, so yeah, I'm gonna be in Mexico because I'm gonna go visit my grandma. I love my grandma. She lives in Mexico, and the tickets for Mexico were super cheap for that specific week. So I dead ass book flights, but I have a laptop, I have internet. I will be watching these fights, and I might even go live. I don't give a fuck. Virgin is a better trainer. Well, again, he's been with Joel Diaz. Now he's with uh Garcia, Robert Garcia. You guys tell me who do you guys rather see Virgil training with? Virgil's still a manager of a Crawford, so that's an option. Manny will put a clinic on air. Ooh, Mike! Mike over here saying Errol's gonna lose to Manny, who will put on a boxing clinic. Oof. Honestly, I don't care who wins. I think this is just such a fucking electrifying fight that again, I already booked my fucking hotel. I live close to Vegas, so I can drive. I can drive 4 hours. I'm there. But oh my god, I booked my hotel for that weekend of August 21st because there's no way I'm missing this. There's no fucking way I'm missing this. And of course, if you guys are there, please say hi to me. Please, say hey, come over here. We'll drink together. I'm a people's person. Like I would love to drink with anybody who's there. So if you're there for that weekend, please hit me up. Oh my god, I would love it. Canelo versus Plant. I have Canelo winning 100%. I think Plant gives them problems because Plant has the right reach advantage, height advantage. I don't think he's just gonna like roll over and not do shit like uh Caleb Smith. But I think Canelo still gets him to the body. 147 is going to be a different story for Taylor, though. Yes, I think Taylor, he should stay at 140, but if he goes to 147, he's going to lose. Like, you know? I would love to. It would be like poetic justice if, like, he goes up to fight Virgil and Virgil beats him to avenge Ramirez. That'd be pretty sick. Oh, look at Napoleon. You guys see Napoleon in the back? Hello, Napoleon. He's over there. I love Napoleon. He's my cat. But I agree, Miguel. Miguel, go to sleep. I thought you were gonna go to sleep. Spence beats Pac, just too old and sadly in there. Yeah, I think he beats him too. Oh my god, this is a badass fight. I'm hoping I go to it. I need to talk to the Golden Boy PR people. But I hope I go to this. I think Jojo Diaz versus Fortuna is a great fight. Fortuna has been getting like fucking bamboozled all this time. He was supposed to fight Haney, it didn't happen. He was supposed to fight Ryan Garcia, it didn't happen. Right? So good shit that Jojo Diaz is finally gonna fight him. Um, but I think it's a really good fight. Especially because Joe Diaz lost to Tevin Farmer, and it just I mean he lost, he won to Tevin Farmer. I'm sorry, he beat Tevin Farmer, so he looked really good there. So I feel like he has a momentum going. You know what I mean? Uh, Jojo definitely has a momentum going, but Fortuna is not to be fucked with. For sure. I'm trying to go live when I'm over there too because we got internet. We finally got internet over there. It's a very small town. There's literally 600 people where I'm from. 600 people. But we finally got internet, so I'm trying to like go live and stuff. Um I need to make a man cave. I live in a small apartment right now, but I'm trying to move somewhere where I can have my own man cave just to go live. Oh, you want Virgil to go to Freddie Roach? Oh, I would actually love to see that. Honestly, that would be cool. I think all fighters should like not just switch trainers, but just go to each trainer to like get what they need from that trainer and move on. All boxers, it shouldn't be like, oh my god, they left the trainer. Oh, like, oh my god, that's so bad. No, it should be like I'm going from trainer to trainer, learning what I can from each one, and moving on to get better in my career. I'm going to Nayarit, Mexico. I was born in Nayarit. I am from Nayarit. I am Cora Huichol, so I'm going to be going to Nayarit. But yeah, I would love to see him with Frederick. Why are you paying for Mexico plane tickets? They were cheap. They were like, I think I paid like $80 for like tickets for me and my two kids. But I do need. I mean, I just can't. I can't like get a sugar daddy because I don't have time for that. But you're right. It's amazing that Pacquiao's even taking fights to this top. Yes, I agree with that because what are you doing, Pacquiao? You should be doing what Floyd is doing and fighting YouTubers. Please. I agree with you, Jason. I agree that, like, yes, Floyd is better than Manny Pacquiao in the way that he's just a better fighter, right? And he beat Manny Pacquiao. So, yes, Floyd is better than Manny Pacquiao in the way that he beat him. And he's just a all around better fighter. But Manny Pacquiao is gonna remember at that motherfucker who was 40 years old, still fighting the top of position, still fighting fucking champions and taking names. So I do agree with you. And if he beats Spence, I feel like that would be the best fight of his career because he's old and still taking on these champions. And it's just not like Canelo going up to fight Rocky Fielding. It's not like he's just fighting the weakest champ at 147. He's fighting the top dudes, right? He's fucking fighting Errol Spence here. So I do have to agree with you on that. Very much so. Very, very, very much so. DJ Scarecrows in it's in Vegas. I hope to meet you there. Party time. I'm putting up. Yeah. Yeah. So again, I'm staying at the link. I'm staying at the link in Vegas. I already have my hotel booked, and I'm trying to get tickets for it. So if you're there, dead ass, hit me up on my socials. My socials are down there. Hey, hit me up and be like, "Hey, Lily, I'm going to be there in Vegas. Let's get a drink and talk boxing." I will dead ass 100% say yes. Let's do it. I would love to. It's amazing. Oh shit, I already read that. In Vegas, oh my, I already read that. Spence versus Manny's classic fight. Fight fans everywhere wins. Yes, yes. Hit me up on my socials. Hit me up on my socials. So if you're there, definitely. I'm going to be in the strip. I'm staying in a hotel in the strip. If you're there any night, I will be there since Friday. Hit me up, say hello. I will love to hang out with you guys. Thank you for the super chat, Alejandro. I really appreciate it. I admire Robert Garcia, but I didn't like the instructions he will say. He needed to tell him. See, that's the thing. I watched it on ESPN Plus, so I didn't really see the corner interactions at all. Did people who see it on ESPN get more interactions footage than people on ESPN Plus? Please let me know because I dead ass watched it on ESPN Plus on my smart TV, and I didn't see. I saw like maybe the last two rounds with the corners. Other than that, it was commercials, and I didn't like that. So please let me know if you saw more interactions with the corner. I have no idea what Robert Garcia told him because I was watching it on ESPN Plus. So let me know if you did see more. Did you watch it on ESPN, Alejandro? By the way, again, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Manny's for two. He's smart. He should be stereotyped. You guys are too much. You guys are too much, man. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate your love, but you guys are too much. Eddie Hearn said the Cuadras is fighting Sorong Versailles. Ooh, that's a good ass fight. I love Cuadras. Cuadras is such a fucking awesome fighter. I remember he dropped Estrada in like in August of last year or something like that. Dude, I love Estrada. No, that was a couple months ago, right? I don't remember, but Estrada fought Cuadras before he fought Chocolatito again. And that was such a good fucking fight. Edgar says Fortuna, dude. Fortuna deserves the world. He's been just like bamboozled out of so many fights. Puntamita Nayeri. Yo soy de Patrona Nayeri, Puntamita. It's a couple of hours away, but I'm trying to go. I'm trying to go. It's just me and my kids going. We're gonna go visit my grandma. So I was born in Nayarit, so we're trying to go and visit them. Yo hablo español 100%. Yo nací en Nayarit. Freddie has a good setting for Virgil at wild card. He seems like a rock and roll over corridos type of dude. Yes. Oh my god. Virgil does it all. Virgil plays fucking mana in the fucking guitar, but then we'll turn around and like play corridos. So good. Yeah, I agree. Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Uh, Mr. Vegas says y'all have to stop saying 42 is old. And Jason says it is for boxing, which I have to agree. You see dudes kind of like lose their reflexes in boxing at around 35. So yes, I agree with Jason on this that 42 is ancient in boxing. What other 42-year-old do you see fighting, right? But if Manny again can pull this off, it'll be huge. Don't want to sound fake, Lily, but you're one of the best. Aw, why would that be fake? You went to go watch fight and TJ host, dude. I would love that. I'm in TJ a lot too because I have family in TJ. Jose, hit up my socials. I go to TJ like once a month. So if you want to like meet up, and I go to like Playas de Tijuana a lot. So if you're on Playas de Tijuana, and even if you're not, I would love to meet you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I know I'm a small channel, but I try, so I really do appreciate it. Doesn't matter. I don't have a man. I don't have a man. It's just me and my boys. Um, and before you guys say that, no, my kid's dad is very present in their life. Like my kids go to their dad's house every other weekend and like they go with him. Like my kid's dad is there. But I've been single for like 7 years. So I love boxing. I love boxing. I love boxing so much. And no one else I know loves boxing as much as I do. And Emmanuel Pacquiao. Yes, his name is Emmanuel. Can Canelo ever surpass? Oh, well, see, that's the thing. I don't like to put like the older generation versus the new generation because they're both two different, very different things, and they're both very different in their own things. Back then, it wasn't that hard to make fights because the promotion shit wasn't there. Back then, it was just like you're fighting this guy, and it was like more of a guaranteed thing. Now you got all these promoters and fucking networks and all this shit and four belts to worry about. Not just, you know what I mean? There's more sanctioning bodies, there's more promotional networks, there's more fucking promoters, there's more everything. So I don't know. Canelo's great, but he has still like 5 years to make so that we can see what he can do, right? So I feel like we can we'll figure that out as we go. But he's done great, right? I feel like he can become undisputed at 168 and be the first Mexican champion to become 168 undisputed. That'd be great. If he can go up and beat, motherfuckers at 175, that'd be great. But we would just have to see it, right? We have to wait for Canelo to see it. Oops. We just have to wait and see it, right? Jesus says, I hope RGBA recognizes his bad habits. I really hope they recognize like a lot of fighters' bad habits and polishes them. I think every fighter should be polished. I'm not. Hey, you know what? I lived in TJ in 2011. I after graduated high school in 2011, I went to live in TJ because my grandma was alone and I didn't want her to be alone because my grandfather passed away. So she used to live in Nayarit, but she moved up to Tijuana because all my tias were there. So I got a job as a receptionist in a dental office because I spoke English, so I could work at the dental assist. I could work as a dental assistant because I spoke English, and all of my dentist clientele came from San Diego. So I worked there, and I worked on Third and Revolucion. So if you know Revolucion, that's the main street in TJ, right? So I worked on Third and Revolucion. That's where the dentist that I worked for was at. All I had to do was walk a couple blocks to La Cahuila to go to fucking Hong Kong. I would be at Hong Kong every day after my shift. And now they added hotels and shit. Hong Kong is the best strip club in Tijuana. And I used to go there after every shift because I worked at fucking Revolucion and Third at a dentist spot. So, yes, hit me up. I would love to go to Hong Kong. I just went back in March. I was at Hong Kong in March. So, please hit me up. I would love to be there. I would love to be at Hong Kong very much so. Hey yo, just watch the replies. Chick. Hello, Brown Waters. How are you? Has Canelo surpassed Juan Manuel Marquez? Yeah, Marquez killed Pacquiao. Yeah, I think Canelo just needs a signature win. Juan Manuel Marquez had amazing wars against a bunch of fighters. It was amazing. He had Barrera. It was great, but I think he needs a defining victory. Why wasn't Fino? Oh, I don't know. I don't. I mean, I don't. They're cool. I don't. They're not my like. I know them, but I'm not like close to them, so I wouldn't know. I know that Ramirez versus Taylor was a very like tight in the way that they only had very few media because of the COVID protocols. So I wouldn't be able to tell you, but I love Fino boxing and I love that Adriana, she does a great job. I don't, but I wouldn't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. Thank you, Rob. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate you guys' comments and feedback. Always thank you. I appreciate you guys so much. I really like Canelo, but he made his fight with BJ. Well, I don't think that's Canelo's fault. I don't think it's Canelo's fault that his fucking fight with BJ Sonner was easier. Virgil was Josh Taylor. I would love that. I feel like if Virgil could defeat Josh Taylor, it'd be like, damn, he avenged his stablemate, right? Sergio. Oh wait, no. JD says Salvador Sanchez better than Canelo. Well, yeah, Salvador Sanchez just died too young. Salvador Sanchez just died way too young. But in his fucking very short life, he accomplished so much. He accomplished so fucking much. So yeah. My God, Canelo glad Ramirez lost so he can be the first. No, don't say that. He was like wishing Josh. I mean, he was wishing Jose Ramirez like good luck. 42 is all for boxing. How many? Yeah, I'm not even in shape right now in my age. So no, I don't. My yeah, I have uncles and aunts in TJ, so I go like once a month, and I'm always in Playas de Tijuana. I usually go to Playas de Tijuana and like eat there. Carlos has 7 more years. Can Lo hits Plant, Jamal, Benavides, Berlanga, Berta be bold. I think I would love to see that. I think Berlanga, I don't think Berlanga. I don't know about that. Good night, good night, good night. Are you fluent in Spanish? Reading right? Yes. Yo nací en México. So yo nací en México. Y yo no vine a los Estados Unidos hasta que tenía como 8 años. So, yo llegué a los Estados Unidos en septiembre de 2001. Yo llegué a los Estados Unidos un día antes de los ataques de en las Torres Gemelas. Así que yo vine en septiembre 10 de 2011. Y yo me acuerdo que estaba en la casa de mi tío normal, triste porque yo quería estar en México. Y al otro día pasó todo lo de las Torres Gemelas y los terroristas en las Torres Gemelas de Nueva York. Así que yo me desperté un día después de haber venido aquí a los Estados Unidos a un ataque terrorista. Así que yo me sentía como hijo de su pinche madre. Yo me quiero regresar a México, yo porque estoy aquí, yo porque estoy aquí en los Estados Unidos, cuando los Estados Unidos están siendo atacados. Y así que yo estaba como mucha ansiedad. Yo tenía mucha ansiedad porque yo decía, ¿para qué chingados me trajeron mi familia aquí si los Estados Unidos están siendo atacados? Yo me sentía bien culera. Así que yo sé leer en español, sé escribir en español, yo sé hablar español. Mis niños saben hablar español, saben leer en español y saben escribir más o menos, pero les gana el inglés. Pero mis niños también saben leer en español. Mis niños saben leer en español mejor que lo que saben leer en inglés, porque en español las letras suenan igual en todos los momentos, no hay reglas. La A siempre suena como A, la E siempre suena como I siempre suena como I, U, O. Todas las letras suenan igual. No importa qué otra letra esté junto con ella. Y en inglés no, en inglés es, si la letra E está con la letra A, significa que la letra suena E. And it's, or E, right? And you're like, what the fuck? Así que yo hablo muy bien español. Yo sé español, hablo español, leer y escribir y hablar. A veces pues tengo acento, pues porque yo estoy aquí desde los 7 años. Así que como estoy aquí desde los 7 años, entonces obviamente voy a tener acento y no me gusta, obviamente, porque yo soy de Nayarit, yo nací en México, pero pues yo he estado aquí desde los 7 años, así que voy a tener un acento. Pero yo sé leer y hablar y español y todo eso. No manches, soy la más cool. Muchas gracias. Sal Sanchez would have been, he died. Yeah, it sucks. I do think so. I do love Juan Manuel Marquez. I think Juan Manuel Marquez is one of my favorite fighters. He has the best timing, best combinations. But Eric El Terrible Morales is probably my second. But I do love Salvador Sanchez. I love him so much. Hong Kong is lit. Hong Kong is amazing, and they have the best. Hong Kong has the best girls. They're fucking fine. All the Spanish fighters they look garbage. Yeah, Elvis lost. Cepeda looked not impressive. I do agree with you on that. Is Tijuana come down with the fight? Tijuana is not as bad. I feel like the only people who think Tijuana is bad is outsiders. Actual Mexicans, like we're able to navigate there and it's fine. The Queen of England is walking. Bro, you guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. Yeah, Chon, the scorecards were so wide today. I didn't agree with that. Jose Salvador Sanchez accomplished at 23 more than any other. Yeah, you're right. You're totally right. There's guys who at 23 have not done nowhere as close as what Salvador Sanchez did. Looks like Mikey only fighting one. Mikey, I feel like at this point, he's just like chilling. Like he already got the bag. He don't care. Those are the best matchups. Both men jumped. Yes, I feel like I agree with you, Alex. Both Taylor and Ramirez tonight are what boxing should be. Two guys who are at the top, fighting each other, not giving a fuck about losing their oh. Good job. I appreciate that because it's true. Based on career, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Lili, mi situación es similar, pero tú eres más machín en inglés que yo. No, es que pues yo tuve que aprender inglés porque yo fui a la escuela y tuve que, yo me gradué de la primaria, de la secundaria, yo fui al colegio, yo tengo un bachillerato en inglés, yo tengo un bachillerato en comunicaciones y en inglés y en historia, así que yo tuve que aprender inglés, no tuve de otra más que aprender inglés, así que pues tuve que, pero mm, tú con que tú sepas, aunque sea defenderte en inglés, es todo lo que necesitas. Uh, yeah, dude, Salvador Sanchez does a thing. He took on the best. He did not duck anybody. Then I better kill the Marcus miraculously. Dude, yeah. But I feel like a lot of people call that a lucky shot. That was not a lucky shot. That was just them knowing each other and being able to properly predict each other's punches after 4 fights. Right? They had 3 fights with each other, and I feel like Marquez already knew what to expect. He already was very familiar with Pacquiao and his moves, so I feel like he was able to pull that off. It's not a lucky punch. Marquez did not land a lucky punch. This was him timing Pacquiao and knowing him. Ooh, Valdez against Berchel. That was I had I feel like that's the first time I've ever been wrong in a boxing prediction because I sure as fuck I thought that like Valdez was gonna be food for Berchelt. I was very wrong. If we're talking about who wins fight between Juan Manuel Marquez or Sanchez, I'm assuming same weight. Sanchez, I think so too, but I don't like to do all this fantasy stuff because I don't I we would never know. So I don't like that. What the fuck? I have Bulbasaur tatted on me and I have well Charmander. And let me get up because this deserves me getting up. I also have Snorlax and Pikachu. Snorlax and Pikachu. Yeah, I love Pokemon. So I have Snorlax, Pikachu on my ribs, and then I have Bulbasaur and Bulbasaur looking cute, and then I have Charmander. A lot of people are like, "Is that a fish?" I'm like, "That's Bulbasaur." If you're Mexican, live in the USA, please take advantage of it. Go to school. See, I'm not gonna go on this rant right now because I am, short on time. I've been here for almost 2 hours. So I'm gonna cut this off soon. And yes, I went to school. Right, I paid for my education. I graduated with a bachelor's degree. I'm trying to go to a master's as soon as the pandemic is over. But we can't pressure people who come from Mexico to come to the US and get an education because the US is not what people make it. The US is not like, oh, the land of opportunity. No, 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 no. No. The US oppresses people of color so much, and not everybody has the privilege to go to work and go to school as well. So I agree with you. Yes, that's nice. I am very privileged to been able to go to school while I'm here, right? When I was born in Mexico and to be living by myself, renting my own place with my kids, very much so. But the US is very bad against people of color, and I feel like not everybody has that privilege to go to school, to be able to pay for school and pay for rent at the same time. Because my school was around $4,000 a semester, and my rent has always been like $1,600 a month. Not everybody can do both. So again, yes, but at the same time, don't expect that from people because you either survive or you go to school, and not everybody can do both. Not everybody can do both. But let me wrap this up because again we've been here for 2 hours. So let's just wrap this up. I wanted Ramirez to win, but he gassed out and got out of box. He did. I think just after the second knockdown, he was a little bit more hesitant to throw. Um, he has been hesitant to throw after the second down. I feel Mikey for Mikey's just now like, oh well, I'll fight the big fights, but I don't care who it is. Hong Kong, no, I think they're all from there, but they're bomb as fuck. On Richardo Ricardo Ricardo Lopez was Mexican fighter skill wise, but never. Yeah, I think it's like it depends with it depends with resume. And Finito Lopez was amazing. The thing is that like Finito Lopez was the one to challenge everything people say about making Mexican fighters. Because everybody said, oh, Mexican fighters are just come forward and that's it. Finito Lopez was actually tactical. So I feel like Finito Lopez actually challenged the whole Mexican fighter type of thing. KO Artist Sports. Everybody follow KO Artist Sports. They have amazing interviews, exclusive content. Follow KO Artist Sports. Steven is amazing. Please follow KO Artist Sports. They have interviews with the top dogs in boxing. Taylor's a real deal. Him and TC would be dope. I would love to see Terrence Crawford against Taylor. I think that'd be an amazing fight. I think that's what makes sense coming forward with with the whole top rank shit going on. But yes, follow KR the Sports. They have all the badass interviews with boxers, so please follow them. And if you watch enough Lopez, then you can find Marquez, who thinks a little brother. I have a bachelor's in communications. So my bachelor's basically covers both journalism, marketing, public relations. So I have a bachelor's in all of that. I can work in either public relations, journalism, marketing, and just like media relations type of shit. But I want to get my master's. So let's wrap this up, guys. Nacho Train Lopez and Marquez. Yes, Nacho Weinstein. Let's. Yeah, I'm gonna take that as a joke. Yes, that's the point. Read a book, please. Please read a book. Please read a book. And yes, like we're all like experiences here in the US are not universal. Everybody has a different experience here, and the American dream is a very like it's a myth. College degree opens a lot of doors, but it's not. Yes, thank you for that. Sports talk with Troy. A U.S. degree does not guarantee shit. So it depends if you want to take the risk on like getting one. So let's go ahead and wrap this up, you guys. On Monday, tomorrow I'm gonna record a video recapping the whole weekend, and then have it up on Monday. So I hope you guys tune into that. I did hear that. Mean Machine versus Virgil might happen. I saw that. I hope so. But again, everybody, please go to Chaos Artist Sports. They have a great, amazing interviews with a bunch of great fighters. So please tune into them. But let's wrap this up. We've been here for 2 hours. I'm gonna have a recap video, not a live. It's gonna be a recap video up on Monday. So I hope you guys tune in tonight. Please follow, tell your friends. Hey, there's this person on YouTube. Their name's Xicana Boxing, and they're awesome. So please, I really, I try. Let's hope that as the pandemic stops, I can go back to covering actual fights because before I would get interviews with people. So let's hope I go back to that. But again, I will have on Monday. I will have a video recapping the weekend. It won't be a live, but it will be like more of a a recap video. So go ahead and tune in and let me know your thoughts. Follow me on social medias at the bottom. Message me. I love to talk to you guys. I have nothing to do. I work in 9 to 5. I'm a copywriter for a makeup company in downtown LA. I have my kids and stuff, but I don't have friends. So if you guys can go ahead and talk to me and say, hey, like, what about this? I would love to talk boxing with you guys. So let me know. Be my friends. I would love that. Thank you, Jason. Again, follow me on social medias and message me and be like, hey, it's me, Jason from the live, and I'll follow you right back. We can go ahead and like talk and stuff. I love you guys. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate you guys. Um, please just let me know what else you guys need, and I'll be back on Monday just with a recap video. Just like, oh hey, fast recap video. Again, everybody, social medias. I'll see you guys soon. I might be in Vegas next week for Haney versus Linares. I'll let you guys know for sure on Monday, but take it easy. You guys have an amazing night, and I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's fights which were amazing. I had Taylor winning the entire time. I predicted Taylor to win, and it happened. But it did hurt to see Ramirez lose, right? As a Mexican and as just like Californian, I guess it hurt. But I still had Taylor winning. So I hope you guys enjoyed the fight. I hope that you guys felt like this is what we need in boxing, right? We need in boxing guys to do this more often, unify and not be scared to lose their O. So you guys have a great night. I'll let you guys know by Monday if I'm gonna be in Vegas this weekend for Haney versus Linares. And if I'm not, I'm still cover it. So you guys don't forget to tune back in and tell your friends. You guys have a really great night and I appreciate you guys, okay?